So I'm here with Clere McIntyre, who's the director of Yogawoman, and I'm going to let her tell you all about what Yogawoman is. So Kate, welcome to the Yoga Lunchbox.
Thank you. Nice to be in New Zealand via the Skype.
You were born in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, born in New Zealand, born in Wellington, and went to Otago University, and then came across to Sydney to study, and didn't really realise I was leaving forever, but just came with my backpack and didn't quite get there to get back.
Right. So you've been working in the film industry for a number of years, a couple of decades?
Yeah. I started off in theatre. I came across to drama school and started in theatre, and then I met my husband about 20 years ago, and we started a film company together, Second Nature Films. So yeah, he had been working in the film industry for years before he met me. So yeah, we've started making documentaries.
So it's this wealth of experience and knowledge that you've brought to Yogawoman, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been making documentaries. Our whole sort of intention for our film company was to make films about people that are really changing lives through their work, inspiring people, and to look at the environment and really celebrate environmental issues that are not the issues, but celebrate the environment so we can sort of look at issues with different things around the world. So when we thought about filming Yogawoman, the impetus for the film is that we were really inspired by these women that are just using yoga for so many great, powerful, different ways, and we really wanted to tell that story to the world. We felt lots of women are quite just doing their thing, and we wanted to really gather together and kind of make a document of this time and how women are unfolding the yoga practice.
So in this, it's a documentary, you travel all around the world, don't you, looking at women practicing and teaching yoga in many different ways. Can you give us an idea of sort of the scope of what you cover?
So we filmed in 9 countries, which sort of was mammoth, actually. But we really wanted to look at just different ways women were using yoga. Like what we found was that women had taken yoga and really started to make it their own. No longer could it be something that you did in a cave in your spiritual life, which was its intentional design really, and for men to use that and to sort of be very spiritual and to be removed from their household duties. But what women have really had to do is they can't actually usually get out of the household duties. So they've really woven it into the time that they've got, the bodies that they've got, the circumstances that they've got. And the senior teachers have really started that movement for us. So today we're really, gaining the benefit of their journeys. They started to have children, they started to, have menopause, they started to, whatever was happening in their lives, look after their parents, had their jobs, whatever. They had to go, oh, hang on, I can't do that. I have to really reshape it to fit me. Like even each month, reshaping yoga to fit you. You're not, you work with different hormones every day of your monthly cycle. So you don't just turn up to the mat and say, okay, here's my practice, go. You actually have to turn up and go, oh, how am I today? What phase am I in? What's happening in my outer world? Let's just ask myself, what is going to be my practice today? So we wanted to see that just wasn't for flexible, young, blonde people that are on the front of covers. We wanted to show that it was actually happening, on really broken floors in Kenya, beautiful programs in Uganda, in London, New York, Tokyo, Wellington, wherever. We just wanted to show that yoga was really happening all around the world for different size people. The youngest woman in the film is 5, the oldest is 95. So, it's really such a broad and, far-reaching path that many women have chosen.
So when you travelled to these 9 different countries and interviewed and spoke to all of these women teaching and practicing yoga, what was it like for you? How did it affect you doing that?
Oh, come on, what a great job. It's amazing too. I mean, I've just done my yoga class for 25 years. I did my first yoga class in Dunedin in a hall there, sort of probably about 28 years ago in a black, and the teacher was in a black leotard and it was very quiet and there was sort of 5 of us and, it didn't quite grab me at the time actually. I was sort of boisterous and needed something I felt to be more, different. But actually at yoga school, at drama school they had yoga as well, and I really loved that. It was so, such a fine tool for acting. So, and it caught my attention that you had to, what was the mind doing? How could you come inside So to actually go and meet these amazing women around the world and hear their story and their path, you know, some were Iyengar students, Patabi Joyce students, Krishnamacharya, and just like all sorts of different yoga styles and different age groups. It was such a pleasure, you know, and after each interview, the three of us and the crew would just be like, oh my God, amazing, that person's amazing, you know. Not only were they, you know, well-versed, they had done study, maybe a master's, a PhD at university, they were 30 years practitioners, and they just had so much to share, and they were sharing it not just with us, but with so many people. They were really dedicated to giving back, you know, like to the prison projects, to women with cancer, to women with depression, just to larger women, just really searching through their knowledge to find a way to shape yoga to really help women empower themselves. So, you know, it was it was an absolute blessing to meet these women and to just, you know, I feel incredibly expanded from knowing them, and my practice has really changed.
Has it? What's changed in your practice? That's interesting. What's changed?
Well, I think what I really, you know, of course the film's about yoga and it's a beautiful story about yoga, but what the radical thing about the film, I think, is that there's 50 women in it and they're talking about their lives. And, you know, when on the big screen do you ever get to see that and to really hear about the cycles and the journey and the feelings that women have? We really tried to capture, you know, common threads like self-image issues or multitasking, anxiety, dealing, you know, with your monthly cycle, all these things that so many women are facing. And I sort of really, I think I just sunk back into me being part of that path of women living cyclic lives, that we really have to respect that. In fact, our power comes from the respect of that cycle and not just kind of jamming on top of ourselves all the time to be busy, to be perfect, to be beautiful, to be thin, to be intelligent, to be, you know, a good mother, a good business person, you know. So just being able to kind of just go, whoa, what is that? What can I be today? How can I let the yoga empower me? You know, I think I'm really A-type vata, you know, and I was, you know, started off with a really strong practice for many years that have changed when I had children, but it was also, you know, just always trying to push ourselves into a certain shape, you know, so we can fulfill our day. And I think my practice has really changed to just, you know, come back into the age I'm in, the cycle I'm in, the tasks I've got to do today. You know, whether you're up, you're down, what you need. And, you know, I think there's some amazing women ahead of me that are really looking into that cycle. And Donna Fahy from New Zealand, she's a very inspiring teacher, and I learned a lot from speaking with her.
It sounds incredible. Like, I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm so excited to see it. So you're bringing it to New Zealand, and actually it's in cinemas, right? So you're going to premiere it here.
It's so great to see it on the big screen because and also what happens in each town is the whole yoga community comes together, which is kind of rare because you do your thing in different places, but all the different groups come together and it's an amazing night. We sell out all the time, so if you want a ticket, please buy one because it's always sad if you don't get one. So yeah, just the four main cities and in Queenstown. So it really lovely to come back for me to come back to New Zealand and kind of bring something back. And I'm really looking forward to connecting with all the yogis there and, you know, catching up with old friends. And I think it's going to be a great journey, and it really does bring something to the yoga community to be able to come together and see this film. It's very, very empowering.
So you're travelling with the movie as it goes from city to city, so you get to do the whole tour yourself.
Yeah, and we'll be there for question and answers and meeting people, and we'll be around all the time. We bring our whole crew, the family, everybody.
Oh, it sounds so fun! I can't wait. So that means I'll get to meet you here in Wellington.
Yeah, we're very excited about coming to the Roxy, and I think it's really nice always for us, even though we've done it a lot of times now. Every time we get to a new crowd of people that haven't seen the film, and their inspiration, their sort of what they learn from the film and sharing afterwards is always really uplifting.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Kate, for taking the time to talk to the Yoga Lunchbox audience. We look forward to having you in New Zealand in April, and I know that you've given us a couple of passes to give away. So we'll have details on the bottom of the article for people to win a pass. Otherwise, like you say, they need to get in early, don't they, to make sure they get their ticket.
Yeah, yogawoman.tv. Come buy your ticket.
Okay, fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your day, Kate.
Thank you very much. Namaste.
Namaste.